Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome to Crime Opera 2, The Floodgate Effect. Thank you, eastasiasoft, for the code. So, still haven't played the first Crime Opera, but we did do the little fan disc. But, you know what, let's just dive into number 2. Thank you for downloading Crime Opera 2. To save your state, please open the main menu options. You can either read it straight through as a kinetic novel, or you can choose to read it with the addition of choices and alternative routes to shed more light on the world surrounding the characters. Please choose which version you would prefer to read. So, I am going to play the prologue, actually, and get a little recap of the first game. Well, it ain't much, but it's home for the time being. Bigger than our last place, at least. You know, you had your heart set on a house. We'll get there someday. We just can't afford it right now. I know. It's fine for now. The wedding set us back, but we'll build up our empire again. Empire. I must have been asleep for that part of our story. Yeah, me too. Speaking of stories, though, we agreed we would find time to talk about your family situation. The wedding is a couple weeks away. You only invited your siblings. I know, and you've been so understanding about not pestering me. I've tried again and again to begin, but every time I open my mouth to start, I just don't know how or where to even begin. I understand, and it's not like I'm completely in the dark here. I know your family has a shady history, and that the night of your mother's murder, there was some sort of power struggle between your father and your uncle. I read the newspaper articles you gave me, but they didn't divulge much. I know, I just have a hard time explaining it, and wanted you to know who you were getting involved with, at least a little. Are you sure you're up for hearing the truth about that night? I just want to understand what you've been through. Take your time. I know none of what happened is a reflection of you. Of that, I'm not so sure, but alright, I'll try. It's almost 11 years ago. I suppose it all started when my grandmother died. You see, the Gallo family was involved with some real shady things. Think like small-time mafia? Or, I don't know, maybe it wasn't so small-time after all. We were fairly well off. When my grandma died, my dad and his older brother, my Uncle Gerald, they started getting pushback from a lot of their partners and competitors in their various business ventures. My Uncle Gerald had been doing things he wasn't supposed to behind my father's back, and apparently it had been going on before then too, unbeknownst to my grandmother. I don't know all the details, but that's the gist of what I heard from my father. Anyways, everyone always looked to my father as the bad guy of the two of them, so when things started going wrong, it was generally assumed he was responsible. You've mentioned his anger issues. Is that why he wasn't invited? Why you're so estranged from him? Yes, he is an awful man, through and through. He lied and cheated on my mom, he abused his kids, and threatened everyone over the smallest things. He can't be trusted, especially now. Since the night my mom died, he's been a complete alcoholic. I can't stand to be near him, and that's why I left. So I had this friend who ended up getting mixed up in it all. He was my best friend. He was working for one of my father's competitors, doing small deliveries. Nothing big. He was mostly innocent in it all. But my father and his brother didn't see it that way. They thought he was poisoning me against my family and acting as a sort of spy for their enemies. So, you see, it wasn't just my mom who died that night. Gavin did too. My uncle killed them both. I'm sorry, Shauna. Did you witness it? I didn't see him die, no. I did see my mother get shot. It was my fault. It was dark. They were talking. He was angry with her, threatening her while holding a gun. I said something. I don't remember what now. It startled him and it went off. My God. My mother was getting us ready to leave that night. My aunt was doing the same. My uncle blamed my mom for it. He was already in trouble with everything else that was going on, so I guess he just went over the edge and she was the one who paid for it that night. Bill, are you okay? Of course, I'm just processing it. What happened after that? Well, after that, he got scared and took my brother Ron hostage as my father confronted him. My youngest brother, Bertie, was the one who shot my uncle, though. He's different. I've always been a little afraid of what he may be capable of, but that night, I suppose I was a little glad about it for the first time. He saved Ron's life. I can imagine what it's been like for you, living with all this for so long. I've gotten used to that. There's still so much I don't know about the events leading up to that night, and I Don't even want to know anymore. It's all in the past, but now the hardest part of it all was the guilt that came when I left my 2 brothers and my little sister alone with my father. He's a monster, Bill, and I abandoned them for my own selfish reasons. Hey, none of this was your fault. You did what you had to do, and you're leading by example so they will know what to do when the time comes that they can escape him too. You know I'd do anything for you. If there's something we can do to gain custody, or... I've thought of that too. It's not going to be easy. He's a stubborn man, and even if he doesn't want them, he'll fight to keep what he believes he owns. My cousins, they're living under his roof too. I feel so powerless. Shauna, don't you dare tell me it's going to be alright. Maybe not, but you will be. That I can promise. Alright. So there's 2 options here. We can either do the kinetic novel or the visual novel. Visual novel is going to have those choices. So let's do it. Chapter 1, Izzy's Abuse. Your detention assignment for today is to write a personal story just like the one in the novel we've been reading. Something true this time, Isabel. You have 55 minutes. There it is again. Yet another assignment they can use to try and delve into my psyche to figure out why I am the way I am and why I do the things they catch me doing. They want to try and understand me, and all they see is a troubled young girl who refuses to abide by their rules. They think the why of that equation is all they need in order to find the solution. Because there's no way in hell that an 18-year-old girl could be that complicated, right? Just find the source of the problem and the answer should be obvious. It's funny, even an English teacher arrives at the same math-based conclusion. An actual math teacher operates in a much simpler way, ironically. All you gotta do is put on the sad puppy dog face and whine a bit. I promise you won't be late or whatever next time. Saves you a hell of a boring afternoon. And again, that only works for the first 6 times or something. Definitely used up all my luck with him. Still, I'm out of detention fast enough to catch the next bus home when it's with him. Fortunately today, I was caught sleeping in class by my female English teacher. Puppy dog faces don't work well with her. In fact, I think it only makes her angrier. Not my fault she's ugly, and that she just never gets her way. But yes, that's it. I fell asleep. I guess she must be losing her patience with me. Last few times have been really weak excuses for detention. So there it is, a blank canvas on my desk, a new lie to compose. I think I'll be on drugs today. Something about getting hooked on cocaine at the bakery. Think he was a powdered sugar. That'll be funny. Last time it was a government operative posing as a girl that infiltrated a mass drug ring. Got a whole week's worth of detention for that one. I wonder if I can make it 2 weeks this time. They probably think they know everything about me anyways, how they're supposed to help me when I go through all the trouble of digging further. I mean, my real backstory is so dull and cliche on paper, as if it were pulled right from a movie poster. Tragic girl loses parents, forced to live with an asshole uncle who acts out as a result of her depression. Yada, yada, yada. And it's not like everyone doesn't know about me anyway. My dad's psychotic breakdown and death were all over the news for weeks. Suspected mob boss shots death by 8-year-old nephew. What a joke. That little boy, of course, being my cousin Bertie, the weirdest, most psychotic head case I'll ever meet. And then there was my mother a year later, hung herself because she couldn't handle the pressure of it all. I know a lot of it had to do with the threats she got from my Uncle Xander, telling her to keep her mouth shut about all of his illegal activities. To hell with her anyway for abandoning her kids. And Christ, mine was only 3 at the time. No decent person would do what she did. So screw her. Yet here I am again, expect to write down all of my woes and traumas like a goddamn mental patient. And so it wasn't enough that they forced me to see the school psychiatrist, they feel the need to bust me on every little rule I break. Honestly, I'm not even joking, it's always little things that don't hurt or affect anybody. Sleeping in class, coming back late for lunch, occasional cutting from class, smoking outside the school's pit. That's it. Seriously, you think with all the attention they gave me, I'd be sending threatening letters to people who are carrying a gun around in my purse? But no, it's all fairly normal stuff. So now I'll treat them to another one of my fun fantasies in written form. It's all I can give them anyway, right? All the other stuff they want to know, just fluff. None of it matters because someday it will all go away. The things in the past that can't be changed, and I've accepted that. Things happening now, they'll change. I've accepted that too. My brother Kevin made that promise to me. We promised each other, actually. Things will be fine again, as long as we stick it out together. And now to write this paper. My name is Izzy Gallo, or at least that's what it used to be. Something true. Jeez. Teacher's hovering over my shoulder. I thought she had left the class. Guess I wasn't paying attention. Damn it. I mean it, Izzy. You're a few detentions away from expulsion. I want the truth. Isabel? Fine. Am I supposed to write this with her looking over my shoulder the entire time, or what? That's when I hear her start to walk away. I'll be back in 52 minutes. Yeah, whatever. Just get out of here. Finally! So what am I gonna do? Tell the truth about what? If she were any good at her job, she'd at least try to clarify. Fun story it is. My name is Izzy Gallo. I used to be Iggy before the sex change and everything. And no, it wasn't my choice. Some jerk sold me the wrong drugs one day, and little did I know, it was like 99.9% estrogen. Can't believe it. Neither did I. That's until I walked by a mirror and realized I was growing boobs. Screw you, teacher. I come up with a ridiculous tale, as I always do, filled with a colorful backstory and shady characters, not to mention a plot that scientifically could probably never happen. Can estrogen even be ingested? With 99.9% of it kill a man? Probably should. Anyway, it just got more and more ridiculous as I continue writing. It always does. I'm not even finished by the time the teacher comes back, but oh well. I'd rather be doing anything else anyway. That's it. Time's up. Bring it to me. That was inevitable. Now comes the part where she gives me a disappointed look, gives her disappointed tone, spouts out her disappointed words, and tries to get me to feel disappointed in myself. Fat chance there. I walk up to where she's standing and hand her the papers. It's a whole 3 pages long, front and back, skipping a line in between each row of words though. She reads for about 4 or 5 seconds before looking away. And she holds it out for me to take back. As if I want it back. Same time and place tomorrow, Isabel. Yeah. Grab the papers back from her and walk out of the classroom. No goodbyes. In reality, none of this gives a flying F about the other state of being. Anyway, she can go get in a car accident for all I care. I'll just end up forgetting about her by tomorrow until I'm forced to see her ugly, unwashed hair again in class. Maybe I'll skip. Takes a while to get to my locker. I'm way on the other side of the school, which is a total pain in the ass when it comes to catching the bus after my last class ends. How the hell did I get screwed so bad on that lottery? Not like it matters now, it's long gone. I'll have to take the city bus home. Sometimes I wish I get jumped and beaten to death. It could all be planned on this stupid detention. Teachers made me take the unsafe bus home. It's all their fault. Fire them all. Guess I still come out on the losing end of that one, though. Just when it feels like things can get any worse, I see a familiar face stumbling down the hallway. Oh no. Amy? Or Izzy? I read the wrong word. Hey. Hey, I knew it was you. What are you doing here? I thought you hated school. Detention. Oh, I see. Of course, overruns my cousin now of all times. As if I hadn't been held up enough, now she's gonna want to talk and talk and talk like she always does. Actually, still feel bad for her having like no friends. I mean, used to be close as kids. That pretty much changed the night my father killed her mother and her brother killed my father. And it isn't like we ever held it against each other. I think we were too young at the time to really understand what was going on. None of it even matters now, but she's still too weird and boring for me to want to hang out with her, though. Me and my friends here to work on the project. It's gonna be really fun. Somehow, I don't know if Amy really even has any friends. Most of the time, I just see her hanging out by herself. That's why I feel kind of bad for her. Not bad enough to put myself through the torture of hanging out with her now. So, maybe I should give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she did somehow manage to make a friend or two. So, good for her. Maybe she'll stop trying so hard to hang out with me now. Careful if you're gonna ride the city bus. You know how weird those people are who ride it. I think I may have mentioned that to someone while she was around once. Typical of her to try and emulate me like that. That's her real reason she can't make friends. She just tries too damn hard. After her mom died, she had some crazy schizophrenic breakdown or something, and her dad put her on these pills. They made her turn real quiet and docile, and took away a big chunk of what little personality she had to begin with. Yeah, it made it difficult to make friends, so she started trying super hard, and results just came that much worse. Anyways, how's Kevin? Have you heard from him lately? I figured she's not gonna let me get away that easily. Even though she could just wait for me to ask this stuff at home, we live in the same goddamn house, for crying out loud. Not really. He's fine, I guess. He's happy, I would think. He's engaged since this past summer, and he's working for my uncle, even though Kevin does the actual work while my uncle sits on his chair all day getting drunk. Makes a pretty good living of it, too. His girlfriend certainly isn't complaining with that ridiculously huge rock he bought her. I actually don't have anything against Rachel. She's a nice, wholesome, if just a little boring kind of woman. She makes him happy, so that's all that matters. Have they set a date for the wedding? Summer, I think. Oh, it's coming pretty soon then. I hope they've been planning a lot. Yeah, probably. I should probably go before I miss the bus. Phew, got the word in much easier than I usually do with her. Ah, right, sorry. I better go meet my friends before they think I stood them up too. Had to be the day. Oh well, gives me an excuse to get out of here. That's fine with me. Alright, see you at home. Yeah, see you too. So lame. I walk at a decent pace to get away, just in case she decides she remembers something else she needed to ask about that can't wait until later. Just so hard to feel sorry for her when she's so goddamn annoying. At least I don't have to feel bad about ignoring my younger sister Maya. She's equally annoying, but at least she has a life to fall back on. That is as much of a life as one can have at the age of 13. Arriving at my locker, I throw my bag inside with all my books and lock it up. Never do any homework anyway, so why bother bringing you home with me? Having done that, I'm off. Since I reach fresh air, I realize I'm dying for a smoke. Shit, I think I just might be hooked on cigarettes. I can't say I wasn't warned. There are apparently studies coming out now saying how bad they are for you and that they cause cancer. Actually, those studies have been going on for a while. It's just that no one wants to believe them. Now it's pretty much a proven fact. Smoke cigs, get cancer, and die. Just my luck. Look at my watch then and realize I need to hurry if I want to catch the bus. Otherwise, I'll have to wait another hour or so for the next one. Or walk. Pretty safe to say that won't be happening in this lifetime. At the station, I sit down on the bench and wait as patiently as possible for the bus to arrive. I'm already dreading the rest of my evening. I'm not in a mood to see anybody. I guess I never really am when it comes time to go home. It's exhausting having to deal with Amy, Maya, Bertie, and Uncle Xander. Especially Uncle Xander. That prick. If I could crawl under my bed covers and drift off to sleep for the whole night, I'd be happy as can be. That won't happen now. Something else will keep me up because something always does. And I'm the one who always gets caught in the middle of it. No matter what it is, it always comes back on me. By the time I get on the bus, there are a bunch of people there. Or as luck, or the opposite of luck, would have it, I see Birdie amidst the crowd. It's awkward because their eyes meet at the same time. He isn't like Amy though. He doesn't come over to say anything. That's how we are around each other. That's how we've always been, ever since the night he shot my father dead. How could it be another way? Couldn't be. It just couldn't. Still, I always feel so painfully awkward around him, especially like this. There's nowhere I can go to escape. We're stuck with each other, just like at the house. At least there I can go to my room and get away from him, but here, I can't do anything but look away. Awkwardly. It's not that I hate him, I'm just scared of him. He's weird. He always hangs out by himself. It's the same as Amy, except Amy tries to get people to accept her. I almost feel like Birdie tries to do the opposite. He prefers to be by himself. That's not normal for a teenager, is it? I mean, human beings are supposed to be social beings. They need other people to be happy. And that's really the case, even with him, then what? Will he eventually just snap? I have visions of his future being jailed for murdering some poor, unsuspecting girl, all because he doesn't know how to interact properly with people. Could happen, seriously. But who the hell am I supposed to convince? Uncle Xander? Little drunk doesn't care about anyone or anything but himself. Shauna, she abandoned him when she left home all those years ago. She left us all. Sure, she pretends to care, coming back every few months to visit, making it look like she gives a damn. She doesn't though. She's free of it all. Why should she care? Of course, it's my brother Kevin. He works with Birdie. He's afraid of him too. He won't say it, but I know he is. But what can he do about it? He's trying to build a future for himself. And yes, one day I know he'll save me from the hell that is my life, but right now isn't the time. Who else is there? Ron. Well, he knows there's something wrong with Birdie, and that's why he can't be trusted either. He tries to protect him. I can't really explain it, but they have some weird bond. It's like a master and his dog or something. Ron says sit, Birdie complies. Whatever. No one will listen. It's just a matter of time before Birdie snaps and kills someone or multiple someones. I'm just gonna do my best to stay clear of it in the meantime. Well, stay clear of him. Every time I look over, he glances my way. So creepy. It's like he wants to say something but doesn't know what, or even know how to say it. What? Just stop looking at me, you freak! Just then, the bus pulls to a slow stop as it reaches the next station. This is my stop, and now I have to follow slowly behind this idiot all the way back home. The awkwardness continues. It never ends, really! Taking the initiative, I move to get ahead of him in the crowd of people. That freak can walk behind me. Or at least that's what I thought when we first left the station. Now he's falling behind me way too close for comfort, and the street is deserted to top it all off. Keep glancing back at him, just making sure there's a safe distance between us. Slow down, you freak. You're getting too close. Am I gonna have to turn around and say something? God, I think I am. Damn it. Did you want something? Stops suddenly and looks at me, acting surprised. I doubt he really is. Is he? He pulls the earbuds out of his ears. Never seen those before. I didn't even realize he had them. Ugh, now I feel paranoid. He wasn't even paying attention to me. Well, now I have to say something. Huh? Why would you not follow so close to me? You're freaking me out. Great, now I made it look like a bitch. Good thing no one else is around to see this. He makes a face of annoyance and walks on ahead of me. Good. I don't need to be looking over my shoulder every 20 seconds. Freak. I slow my pace to an acceptable speed the way he should have thought to. With every step, he gets further and further ahead until at least I can't even see him anymore. And just like that, I'm lost in my thoughts again. What a freak! Does he even understand how creepy he is? I can't believe I'm related to something like that. The front hall light is on when I walk in the door. Birdie must have thrown it on when he came in. I don't understand why. It's not even that dark out yet. What a waste of power. Whatever, he did it, not me. If Uncle Xander throws a shitstorm, it's Birdie's fault. Aha, there she is. I knew she'd be down here somewhere. Hi, Izzy! Hi, Hi, Maya. Did you have a good day at school? No, I hate school. You and me both, kiddo. She's alright for a little kid. She's a lot like I was at that age. Maybe a little less angry, but hey, I'm a much happier childhood to compare it to. She never really had that. I guess when your life is pretty much always shit, you don't know any better. Poor Maya. Or maybe poor me, so I lost everything I used to love. She'll never understand that. What grade can I quit school again? Grade 19 is the earliest by law. No, there's no such thing. It's way earlier than that. Sometimes forget she's getting older. It's weird to actually notice when someone gets less dumb every day, but that's really how it is with Maya. Grade 10, I think. But you'll become a homeless person begging on the street. Homeless person? As in a person who doesn't have a home. I know what it means. I just didn't know that was how they got to be that way. Yep, stay in school, don't do drugs. Take a quick look in the fridge for something to snack on. It's practically empty. You'd think we were living with a bum as a breadwinner. Cheap piece of shit. I'm going upstairs. Uncle Xander wants to see you. And he's gonna be really angry if you don't go to him. He's in a bad mood again. It means he's pissed drunk as usual. But I'm not kidding myself here. I completely expected this. It's always like this. Every goddamn time I come back home. Tap at the door twice before entering, and don't wait for his reply because he barely notices anything when he's alone in the dark with nothing but his alcohol to keep him company. See before me is exactly as expected. Uncle Xander sitting on his bed, drink in one hand, television remote in the other. Stares blankly at the TV screen, never even flinching to acknowledge that I'm here. You wanted to see me? Why are you so late? His eyes never move from the TV. His tone is dark, not angry, or at least not angry for him. If any other person had that tone, you would definitely think they were mad. That's just his regular tone, though, his drunken manner. Detention. Oh, right, I forgot what a worthless little idiot you are. Step 1 to these occasions is always the same. He asks questions and follows them up with insults. Doesn't even get to me anymore. Not really, I mean, I just never know what to say after. If I talk back, he might go crazy because that's what he likes to do. If I say anything back at all, actually. So I just stand there, waiting for the next one. What did you do this time? Slept through class. I wonder why that is. That's what I want to say. That would mean a beating. Ugh, belligerent and lazy, can't do anything right. Whips his glass across the room and it smashes against the wall. It shatters into pieces everywhere. My shoulders flinch at the sound. I should have expected it though. Stupid me. Dropping the remote from his other hand, he grabs for his cane. Actually more of a staff, but whatever. He uses it like a cane. Old bastard. What? Nothing to say for yourself? Pathetic. I tried looking hurt. I've tried seeming defiant. I've tried fighting with him. Nothing has ever worked. I'll just try to look as expressionless as possible, and we'll give him the satisfaction of a reaction to his fits. Speak! Stomps on the ground angrily. That's step 2. I believe he's too tipsy to do more than that. So that's how it's gonna be. Moves forward and dangles his legs from the bed like a weak little kid. Come closer. Roll my eyes, but he surprises me and grabs my wrist, pulling me violently toward him. Our eyes lock and he stares angrily at me, but then all of a sudden the gaze softens and he starts to look a little sad. You look so much like her, it's uncanny. She meets Serena. She used to be his mistress, but I only knew her as a babysitter. No one knows what happened to her, but she disappeared the night my father was killed. What was it? Night before my father was killed. Everyone left me that night. Everyone worth a damn anyway, but not you. No one is ever getting away from me again. You hear me? I own you all. Step 3. Grasping for any kind of control over the uncontrollable. Close my eyes and wish to the heavens that just for tonight, someone else could be the subject of his tantrums. I'm not that lucky, though. In the chapter 1, you'd like to read the tips? Yes. What's that? Why didn't pull up the tips? That's interesting. Well, where gonna call it good with the end of chapter 1 there. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, unless this is tips, I don't know. We're still gonna call it good there. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, maybe click the bell for notifications. Also, be sure to check out the description below. Various links, social media, Discord, come hang out, get notifications there as well. And thank you again, eastasiasoft, for the code. And until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!